Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to talk briefly about my experiences and a little bit about the job search. So, after filling out hundreds of applications on the same the same ATS platforms, where you get to a point where you actually know which platforms you prefer and which ones you don't prefer, after submitting hundreds of resumes, and you're just looking like, does this resume go anywhere? Does it go into like the abyss? Does it travel to the fifth dimension? Is it in a parallel universe where another version of yourself got the job? After all of these things, including the ideas of going on interview after interview after interview, when you finally get interviews, by the way, going on those interviews and getting to the second round and the final round of interviews and not coming away with an offer, it can mess with your self-image. It can mess with your self-esteem. It certainly can make you feel like you don't have as much value as you actually do. I'm here to tell you that you have plenty of value, more value than what you realize, because our value isn't based on if a person wants to hire us for a job. Our value is based on other things, based on how we treat our neighbor, based on how we conduct ourselves in society, based on how we live our lives. These are metrics that are much more important than a metric of, I've put in 100 resumes or 200 resumes, I filled out 300 applications and have only gotten 3 interviews. Yeah, the days become months, the months become weeks, the weeks become, or should I say the days become weeks and the weeks become months. And we just feel so frustrated. It seems like complete madness that you continue to do the same thing as it's been clicheically said, that you keep doing the same thing and expecting something different to happen. But that's the way this system is set up, to where you have to continue to do the same thing in order to hope that this time it's going to be different. This time I'm going to be able to get through the interviews. This time I'm going to get an interview. This time I'm going to get through the applicant tracking system. But I'm here to tell you again that you are worth so much more than a piece of paper going through an applicant tracking system. You're worth more than people who don't see what it is that you bring to the table. You're worth so much more than that. I know we need to work. We have to pay bills. We have to take care of financial responsibilities, and I get it. I've been out of work for myself 8 months now, so I understand the challenges that come with this. I also recognize that within these challenges are an opportunity. So what I want to say to you today is, take the time to explore other ways of trying to solve this employment challenge. It may take going back to school, may take getting some certifications, it may take looking at the skills that I have and seeing if they align with other opportunities. It may take some of those things. It may take going a step back and doing something else in order to get to a new career path. Again, there are a lot of different ways to do this. My whole point in making this video is just to say to you, please be encouraged. Don't give up. There have been many times during this process that I've wanted to give up completely, that I said, I'm done. What can I do? It just seems like pure madness. It seems like pure insanity. It's just absurd. But yet, I have to keep trying. So in closing, I think about the myth of Sisyphus, made famous by Greek mythology, but in the 20th century by existential philosopher Albert Camus, where Sisyphus was doomed to push a rock up a hill or a mountain, to only get to the top of the mountain and watch the rock fall back down and have to do it all over again. He could choose, or this person could choose, to do nothing, but they're compelled to try to get the rock back up the hill. They could say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and try to opt out. But again, what good is that? You still have to fulfill the thing of getting the rock up the hill. So in the midst of these challenges, Albert Camus said that Sisyphus is smiling because he recognizes the absurdity of what he's doing, but knows that he has to, in order to show his humanity, he has to rebel against what he's actually doing. So the whole point of this, it seems like it's insanity as you're pushing a boulder up a hill, a mountain or a hill, only to see it fall back down and to do it again each time you apply for a job. It seems like it's just a waste of time. At the same time, by continuing to keep pressing and keep trying, you're telling yourself that I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue to do my best to get to this point where I'm going to find out where I need to go next in my life. Because this life we only get one shot at this life. So please remember that despite the challenges that come with trying to get a job and all of the other things, remember that this is only one part of your life. And so in the midst of this, continue to press, continue to push that rock up the mountain, even if you see it fall back down, knowing that eventually the day will come when an employer or your own self will determine that I'm worth taking a chance on. So thanks, everybody. Have a good day.